Let's talk about the time and place of payment. The community tax shall accrue on the first day of January of each year, which shall be paid not later than the last day of February of each year. So, para po sa individual, on or before the last day of June, if a person turns 18 years old or loses their exemption, they are responsible for paying the community tax on the day they reach that milestone or the day their exemption expires. However, if a person loses their exemption or reaches the age of 18 on or before the last day of March, they have 20 days to pay the community tax before they are in default. Also, those on individual who move to the Philippines turning 18 years of age on or after July 1 of any given year or stop being members of an exempt class on or after that date are not liable for paying the community tax for that year. For corporations, a corporation that was formed and organized on or before the last day of June is responsible for a year's worth of local taxes. The community tax must be paid by corporations that were created and incorporated on or before the final day of March in order to avoid becoming in default. Companies that were created and organized on or after July 1 are exempt from the annual community tax. In terms of the place of payment, para po sa community tax due from an individual, sa city or municipality po magbabayad kung saan nakareside ang isang individual. When it comes to corporation naman, sa city or municipality kung nasaan ang principal office of that particular corporation. Penalty for delinquency. So it says here na any tax that is not paid in full by the due date will be subject to interest charges that are imposed and collected at a rate of 20% per year or at a higher rate that may be specified by rules and regulations. Next is the presentation of the community tax certificate. A community tax certificate shall be issued to every person or corporation upon payment of the community tax. It may also be issued to any person or corporation not subject to the community tax upon payment of 1 peso. An individual subject to community tax is required to present his community tax certificate when he first is acknowledges any document before a notary public. Second is when he takes the oath of office upon election or appointment to any position in the government service. Third one is when he receives any license, certificate, or permit from any public authority. Fourth one is when he pays tax or fee. Fifth is when he receives any money from public fund. Number 6 is when he transacts other official business. And number 7 is when he receives any salary or wage from any person or corporations. Para naman po sa corporation, a corporation shall exhibit its community tax certificate when, through its authorized officers, it number 1 receives any license, certificate, or permit from any public authority. Number 2 pays any tax or fee. Number 3 receives money from public funds. And number 4 transacts other official business.